said mold is in the bus and the bus is making their child sick. We don't know if this is true. We are hopeful that whoever that bus driver is, that they will resolve the issue of the mold so that the kids do not get sick on their way to and from school. But yeah, the parent reached out to us and complained about mold being on the school bus, and that is very concerning. We don't want no mold on the school bus, all right? And so we hope that these persons would get it together and do what needs to be done to resolve the mold issue on their school buses. But we don't want that happening. All right. Now we got something we need you to hear, because we want to touch on this topic about the BahamasAir pilots. We want to. Hey, Tommy, Tommy, I thought you said you were going to bed. Tommy was trying to sneak TMI past you, but Tommy said, "No, sir." All right, let me let y'all hear this. I need y'all to hear this. Well, first of all, before we even get into this, we heard that there was a big fight on a BahamasAir plane, or a big dispute on a BahamasAir plane, right? We don't know. It was a plane apparently in Abaco, and so I understand that the dispute was so loud the passengers could actually hear the dispute. And so a story appeared in the Tribune saying row between BahamasAir pilots leave more than 100 stranded. The story was written by Leandro Rule. It says BahamasAir is investigating a dispute between two pilots that caused a flight to be grounded in Abaco on Sunday, stranding over 100 passengers for hours. The Tribune understands the male captain and female co-pilot clashed after landing on schedule in Marsh Harbor from New Providence. The 70-seater aircraft was scheduled to depart for West Palm Beach, Florida, shortly after 11 a.m. with more than 30 passengers on board. More than 50 others were waiting to return to Marsh Harbor on the inbound leg, with dozens more booked on the final leg back to New Providence. However, the trip was thrown into disarray after the co-pilot allegedly refused to fly with the captain, claiming she felt disrespected. Passengers were forced to wait for a replacement crew as a result. The flight to Florida eventually left after 4 p.m., causing some travelers to miss their connecting flights. Meanwhile, the original pilots were flown back to New Providence on Western Air. Yesterday, BahamasAir Chairman Tanya Pratt confirmed an incident occurred, but not say whether the pilots will face any disciplinary action, but said an investigation is underway. The Tribune understands that a meeting was held yesterday with the pilots and BahamasAir flight operations and human resources. In a later statement, the airline acknowledged a matter arose between members of the assigned flight crew in Marsh Harbor, but stressed that safety was never at risk. I need you to hear that. Safety was never at risk. That's what they say. In keeping with our commitment to maintaining the high professional and safety standards, the decision was immediately made to replace the crew before the flight's departure, the statement said. BahamasAir assures the traveling public that at no time was passenger safety compromised. Our procedures are designed to address unexpected situations swiftly, with the well-being of our customers and team members at the center of every decision. Airport workers speaking anonymously told the Tribune the disruption caused the airline to lose thousands of dollars. One airport worker told the Tribune it was the first time he had ever experienced such an incident.